So we are going to start on our backs, and we'll just be really working on loosening up the hips and the spine as always, getting into most of the joints, just waking them up this morning. I have my coffee. Oh, and we do need a strap for this class, or one of our poses will be using a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt or a bathrobe tie. And if you do have the strap handy and it has the D-ring, maybe getting it set now so you don't have to fiddle with it when we're getting ready for the pose. So just making it so it's like there's straps at the bottom or loops at the bottom for your foot. We'll start on our backs. Slowly coming down. And you can be any way you want right now. We're just going to start with our breath. So maybe your knees are bent and the soles of the feet are on the floor, letting everything start to really settle in this pose. I know we may have just gotten out of bed, so we were just here, but we might not have been actively relaxed in our bed. Even in bed, we can be holding tension. So throughout this practice, we work so hard on bringing awareness into our body and releasing anywhere we feel anything. And sometimes just our whole back on a surface is where we can feel that, oh, I can let go just a little bit more through my hips, through my sacrum, through my shoulders. So just really working on releasing when we're on our floor right here. Bringing one hand to your belly, we'll bring one hand to our heart. And start to just bring awareness to your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. And on our inhales, just visualize your belly filling up with air, your abdomen, and then first your belly, then your chest, and then your collarbone filling up with air. And on the exhale, releasing from the collarbone, from the chest, from the belly. So filling the belly, the chest, the collarbone, the neck, and releasing the opposite direction. Kind of like a wave, just coming in and receding out. Maybe feeling your hands rise and fall with the wave of your breath. Maybe take 2 more full breaths like this. Very good. Let's start. We can release our hands by bringing our left knee in towards our abdomen. We can stretch our right leg out. We're down here. Let's loosen up those hips. So just a very slight squeeze, not activating the arms too much, letting your legs start to soften here. Feeling that opening, maybe to the groin area, inner hips. Wherever you feel it, really bringing your awareness down into the root of your body, into your hips, into your legs. And just see what you feel there, how you feel. And let's just maybe rotate that knee, circling it. Just start to wake up that joint. Maybe going the other way. These can be little movements. These could be bigger. Whatever you're feeling this morning, let it be just right. And we'll bring that one down. Let's bring our right knee in, extend that left leg out, and we'll hold for a moment. Just giving a minute to loosen up, to release. Seeing if we can relax a little bit more through the shoulders, the back of the neck. Let me see if we can bring that wave breath to our practice. And let's little circles, just guiding it with your hand. And we'll go the other way. And we'll bring that right foot back down. Bring your left ankle right above that right knee. So the right knee is bent, sole of the foot is on the floor, and we're bringing that left ankle to rest right above it into that figure 4 position. And then if you'd like a little more here, lifting that right foot off the floor and bringing your hands either around the backs of your thighs or to the front of your shin. And once you're here, again, trying to release the shoulders. And we'll lower that left foot down and getting your strap here. This is where we'll bring it around, loop it around our foot, and then slowly start to extend our foot up into the air. So the sole of the foot is reaching towards the ceiling, holding the strap pretty close to your body so that you're not adding a lot of tenseness and your shoulders aren't tensing up here. We're just holding it really close to our body, trying to let our shoulders relax down again. We don't want to take tension from one part of the body and put it into another. So just being super mindful and aware of what these classes are all about. Bringing awareness to each part of our body, noticing what we feel, how we feel, where we're tense, where we can relax, guiding our body to relax when we find that we're tense in certain areas. We really can't change anything if we're not aware of it. We can't break patterns. We can't make new habits unless we become aware. And a lot of times we're kind of skipping through life and we notice the aches and pains. When we notice when our body starts to really yell at us that things aren't going right. But if we can stop and we start to become really used to going in and noticing when we just start to tense up and maybe guiding our body to relax in those areas. Kind of a game changer. Let's guide our left leg towards the left. So we're opening up a little bit. You stop wherever you need to stop. I don't go very far. And I still have my right sole of the foot on the floor, knee is bent. And we'll guide that leg in towards center, going towards the other side. You can feel it in the leg quite a bit differently right here. A little more intense for me to take it the other way. And we'll come back to center, bend at the knee, remove the strap. Slowly lower that left foot back down. And we'll bring our right foot, our ankle, right above that left knee, coming into that figure 4 again, maybe pressing that right knee away from us. We're opening up a little bit more through the hip. And then again, if you'd like more, lifting that left foot off the floor, bringing your hands around the back of your thigh or to the front of your shin. I never can make it quite that far, but you might be looking for a little more than me. Always coming to that first edge. It's no point in overworking a pose, because if you overwork the pose, your body will just tighten up and it won't let you get to deeper tissues. It will step in and try and protect you there. And you do still have the potential to overpull something. So just coming to that first edge, building trust with the body, letting it slowly begin to open. And we can lower that left foot back down. And this time, bringing our strap loop to loop around our right foot, right around the center of the foot, and slowly begin extending that foot up to the sky, extending the leg, holding on to our strap. And being with what you feel, maybe feeling the back of that leg. I talked a lot in the beginning, so I'm going to leave a little more time for quiet, contemplation, time to go inward, bringing our foot towards the right now, opening up through the hip. And we'll guide the foot towards the right or the left, going towards center, going as far as you go on the other side. I don't go far, really feel it all through the back of the leg, a little bit into the right outer hip. And we'll bring it back up to center, then the knee, remove the strap, bring your foot back down. Just give a moment while you're maybe moving the strap to let your lower back and your legs just readjust. It was like that little moment, little recalibration before letting it restabilize before we move. Let's turn over onto the left side and slowly make our way up into a comfortable seat. And we'll come into our butterfly. So bringing the soles of our feet together, our knees are out to the sides, winged out to the sides. If you have blocks and you'd like anything underneath your thighs or your knees, you're welcome to do that. You can get nice and tall. And we'll fold at the hips. And you're welcome to keep your back neutral, keeping your shoulders open here, your heart space open, or if it feels good to you, we'll be here for a moment, really letting some space open. You can round your spine and let your head hang. If you have a lot of lower back sensitivity, this might be a bit much on the lower back. So keeping the spine more neutral might work better for you here, or bringing blocks into this area and maybe supporting your head a little bit. So we're not putting quite as much pressure on the lower back. And we'll slowly walk our hands in close to the body, rolling up through the spine, chin coming up last. Maybe stretching the legs out just for a moment, shaking them up. And wiggling the toes. And we'll take our left leg out to the side, bring the right sole of the foot into that left inner thigh, turning over the left thigh. We'll start folding at the hips here. And again, I think I might keep my spine neutral here and just feel it all down the back of the leg. I can still feel it in the lower back. I'm just not going to round my whole spine. Feel it into my right waist, and right hip is getting it a little bit here. I can feel it into the right thigh. Really letting go in these poses. We can get the most out of it. And we'll walk our hands in close to the body, turning towards center, getting nice and tall. Extend the right leg out, bring the left sole of foot into that inner right thigh, turning over your right thigh this time, and we will fold again. Once you're here, bringing awareness to that breath. Maybe again, feeling the body fill up from the abdomen to the chest, to the collarbone. And on the release, feeling it empty again as we surrender to the pose. And we'll slowly walk our hands in closer to the body. I kind of forgot, but let's get a little twist into here. So we'll have to do that on the other side. So getting nice and tall here, turning towards the left. So turning towards your bent leg. Your left hand can just be resting right behind that left hip. Nice and tall through the spine. Few breaths here. We'll come back to center. Let's switch our legs so we can get to the other side. So left leg extended, bring that right foot back in, get nice and tall. And let's twist to the right. And we'll come back to center. Moving back into our comfortable seat. Take your arms nice and wide. Bring your right hand underneath your left arm, and we'll bring your left hand onto that right shoulder. Yeah, so we are just stretching out that right arm. Give me a nice little hug to the right shoulder. And breathe. And release. Maybe shake out that right hand, that right arm, loosen up any of that tension we were just released. So this shaking can be so good for that. And we'll take it up on the other side. So we can get nice and wide again. Sometimes it just feels nice to stretch both the arms out to the side. Bring that right, bring the right arm in. Sometimes crossing over the center can be rough for me. That right arm over, bring your left hand underneath the right arm and bring your left hand to the left shoulder. Yeah, the left shoulder. Feel bad if you're on like your phones trying to get this information verbally. I try to be pretty good sometimes. Get a little choppy there. You might have to take an extra little peek at the phone to see what I'm doing. A little half hug here. Feel your hand on your shoulder. And release. Maybe just shake out that arm for a moment. Bring your hands behind you. And if you can clasp your hands together. Or if you have your strap, you could use your strap holding on to your strap so you don't have to bring your hands quite as close together in the back. Or if it works for you, clasping your hands in the back, opening through the chest, bringing those shoulders back. And once you're here, we're getting our shoulders to move in an opposite direction than we just had it. You can also maybe get into the neck a little bit. So maybe taking, while we're here, your left ear towards your left shoulder. Just stop where you're feeling the stretch. Don't go any further than that first edge. And just to let a little go right there. And while that left ear is still towards your left shoulder, maybe dip the chin down a little bit, just getting into the right hand side of the back neck just a little bit differently. And we'll come back up through center, and we'll take the right ear towards the right shoulder. And dip your chin down. And bring your head back up, back to neutral, release the arms, and we can just take some circles with the shoulders, circling them back. Our shoulders, I know we talked about the hips the other day absorbing so much for us throughout the day, and our shoulders kind of do the same thing. They really absorb a lot of our movement, a lot of our emotion that we might not be able to fully process or express throughout the day. Let's roll them the other way. I'm really showing them a lot of love. You're able to release some of that. It's not all just building day to day, week to week. Shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Coming onto your hands and knees. Making sure your joints are nice and stacked up. We'll take some cat cows. Your fingers are nice and wide. Inhale as you open through the chest, dipping the belly, raising the chin. Exhale, rounding the back. Tucking the chin. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. One more. Come back to center, tuck your toes, lean back. We're gonna come into our downward dog. So pressing into your hands, pressing your hips up and back. And there can be a generous bend to the knees right here. We won't be here long, pedaling out the legs if that feels good. Just feeling that extension in the spine. Pedaling, feeling it in your shoulders. And we'll drop our knees down, making them nice and wide. We'll come into a child's pose. So bringing your forehead down. Hands are at the top of the mat. Release through the shoulders and the hips. Lift your forehead. Let's walk our hands to the left. Bringing the forehead back down, feeling that stretch along the right hand side. Lift the forehead. Let's walk it to the right. And bring the forehead back down. And we'll come back to center. Walk your hands in closer to the body. We're going to make our way onto our backs. And it looks like it's time already to set up for our Shavasana. So maybe bringing your knees before we do in towards your abdomen. We'll rock back and forth a little bit. Nice little squeeze. And we'll stretch out onto our mat. Taking whatever you need here to get comfortable and to let go for a moment. Maybe your hands or palms face up. Maybe you're snuggled under a blanket, whatever you need. Really letting go. Giving your body a moment to reset, to restore, and to heal from our practice. And gently begin to wake up the body. Maybe wiggling the fingers and the toes. And circling the wrists and the ankles, building on the motion. Maybe stretching your hands up overhead, bending the knees, bringing the soles of the feet to the ground, giving everything a nice little stretch. And turning over onto your side. Slowly make our way up into our comfortable seat. Close our eyes. And bring that awareness inwards. Just noticing any shifts in the body, the mind, and the energy. And take a deep breath in through the nose. And release through the mouth. Another deep breath in through the nose. And release through the mouth. Bringing your hands together, rubbing them for a little heat, a little energy. Bringing them in towards heart center, thumbs pressed into sternum. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll be back here at 1 for Qigong, and it's 15 minutes. It is, we're going to be doing a set called Opening the Gate, and very gentle practice where we do go through pretty much the entire body, just loosening up the joints, releasing tension from the joints. So similar to what we do here, but in a different fashion. We'll be standing. It'll bring some energy, vitality into the body, really releasing tension and restoring, balancing the energy. So lovely practice. And then I'll be here again at 7 p.m. for a nice little wind down of the day.